Okay, so imagine a place so beautiful, so intricately carved, that it almost seems impossible. A true masterpiece of human artistry, but one that's hidden from the world right out in the open. Today, we're going to step through a simple doorway and uncover one of those places, the absolutely incredible Delwara Temples. I want you to keep this question in your head as we go. What if one of the world's greatest artistic treasures wasn't announced with, huge arches or giant towers, but was actually hidden away on purpose, right behind the plainest wall imaginable? Because that right there is the story of the Delwara Temples. All right, first things first, let's get our bearings. We're in Mount Abu in Rajasthan, India. These temples were built for the Shwetambara Jain faith, and get this, they were constructed over an incredible 500-year period, all the way from the 11th to the 16th centuries. And that's a key point. This isn't just one building, it's a whole complex of 5 main temples. Now, here's the crazy part. If you were to walk up to this complex today, you might actually be, well, a little underwhelmed. The outside is unbelievably plain. It's just a simple, high-walled compound made of white stone. No grand entrance, no soaring spires. It feels humble, almost like it's trying not to be noticed.
But then you walk through that door.
And everything, and I mean everything, changes. You are suddenly thrown into this world of pure, jaw-dropping detail. It's almost too much to take in. Every single surface is just covered in carvings. The ceilings are worked so finely that the marble itself seems to glow. It almost looks translucent. The pillars aren't just pillars, they're alive with carved figures. And the domes, seriously, they don't look like stone. They look like they were woven from the most delicate lace you've ever seen. It's a total sensory overload in the best way possible.
And this mind-bending level of craftsmanship isn't just in one building. No, it's spread across all 5 of the main temples in the complex. 2 of the most famous, the Vimal Vasahi and the Luna Vasahi temples, are considered the absolute peak of this incredible art form. So the big question is, how was this even possible? How did they achieve this unbelievable level of detail? Well, according to legend, the answer is just brilliant. The artisans weren't paid by the hour or by the day, they were paid based on the weight of the marble dust they collected. Just think about that for a second. That system pushed them to carve finer and deeper and more intricately than anyone had before. The more delicate the work, the more dust you create, and the more you get paid. Genius, right? But here's the thing. This incredible art isn't just for show. It's all deeply symbolic. At the very core of Jain philosophy is this idea of spiritual ascension, which is basically the soul's journey upward, moving toward a higher state of consciousness, toward enlightenment. And believe it or not, that entire journey is carved right into the architecture itself. Just look up at the ceilings. You'll often see a central lotus blossom, and it's surrounded by layer after layer of these gorgeous decorative rings. That's not a random design. Each one of those rings represents a different level of consciousness that the soul has to pass through on its way to enlightenment. You are literally standing underneath a map of the spiritual journey. It's just profound. And there's another layer to this too. The choice of pure white marble wasn't just about looks. Out in the intense desert heat, the massive amount of stone creates this naturally cool and peaceful atmosphere inside. It's a physical retreat from the outside world that perfectly mirrors the spiritual goal, making the space itself a tool for peace and meditation. To really put this craftsmanship into perspective, let's talk about a more famous marble wonder, the Taj Mahal. Now, the Taj awes you with its massive scale and its perfect symmetry, right? But Delwara's power is in its sheer density of detail, this intricate, almost microscopic carving. They're 2 totally different expressions of genius, but both of them absolutely represent the pinnacle of Indian artistry. And this is so important to remember. This isn't a museum. It's not some ancient ruin. It is a living, breathing temple complex where daily worship has been going on for 1,000 years. It's carefully managed by a trust, which is why you'll find that photography is forbidden inside, partly to protect those delicate carvings, sure, but more importantly, to preserve the sanctity of this very sacred space. Which brings us right back to where we started. The Delwara temples are just this powerful reminder that the greatest treasures aren't always the ones that shout the loudest. Sometimes they're hidden in plain sight, just waiting for us to step past a simple exterior and discover the absolute wonder that's within. It really makes you think, doesn't it? How much beauty is out there in the world just waiting for us, right beyond a simple door?